fellas. Welcome to the last class. Well, it's been a tough semester. I am at, I don't know, Niagara. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to have a background which is like more dynamic, something like that. Welcome everybody. And básicamente esta clase es para decir gracias por asistir a las clases. Obviamente podemos repasar lo último en este caso del contenido. La prueba ya está arriba. No sé si pudieron verla, pero se las puedo mostrar. Me gustó mi fondo. Está buena, ya está fondo en videos. Tengo uno más psicodélico. Bueno. Talking about the last test, I'd like to show you in this case, the quizzes right here. And, hay 5 entregas. Por reglamentos. Ya, tenemos varios intentos. And it's not a big deal, actually. Like, the test is just a regular test. Están los contenidos gramaticales, ¿cierto? En general. Y podríamos revisar lo último que no hemos visto, como para una repasadita. Must for deduction used to be used to get used to past perfect continuous possessive genitive case. Que no hemos repasado. Report speech. Creo que no alcanzamos double edge questions. ¿Ya? Entonces, repasemos de abajo hacia arriba, porque prefiero asegurarme con los contenidos que, digamos que, con los últimos contenidos. ¿Ya? Que vimos. Entonces, must for deduction should be around here. Yo había ponido, como dice el meme, yo había ponido aquí presentation. Hold on a sec. Grammar reviews. And must for deduction. Where is it? Come on. That's perfect. No sé en qué momento lo sabe. Anyway, de estar por aquí. The content. Listo. This. Must be the last presentation, I guess. 3. Northwestern's. Great. All right. And in this case, here. making deductions in English in general with modal verbs, right? We got must here, which is used when you're 100% sure about on something. Like it's extremely certain, like Harry must be at home because I don't know, you've called, you saw the guy there, so he must be at home. You know that at this hour he should be there, he must be there. In the present, in the past, Harry must have been home, like yesterday at 10 a.m. You know, that's as I told you, it's extremely certain in this case. Now, when you are not really sure, like 50% sure around, we use may, might, could in the present. Like Harry may be at home, might be at home, and could be at home. And the past is Harry may have been, might have been, and could have been. Right? So remember that when we want to, in this case, use the modal verbs in the past, normally we use the perfect aspect. So what is the perfect aspect? In this case is the use of have or has, but in this case is only have plus past participle, which is been in this case. And when you are in this case 100% not sure, I mean, or no, it's 100% sure that something did not happen or can't happen because it's not possible. Basically, we use can't. For example, Harry can't be at home, or Harry can't have been at home, right? So you get the opposites here. So must versus can't, o can't, ¿cierto? Como ustedes quieran decirlo. And creo que vamos a hacer este repaso nomás de must for deduction. No vamos a hacer ejercicio porque si queremos repasar todo teóricamente hay que darle como cortito a cada cosa. Any questions about the use of this modal verbs for degrees of certainty, levels of certainty? No questions whatsoever? All right, so let's move on. El otro contenido era used to be, used to, ya, ese es el que está por acá. Grammar review. There you go. Ya, lo anterior que vimos, must for deduction was used to be, used to, get used to. So basically, used to plus infinitive is the structure that we use to talk about things that happened in the past and that no longer happen now, or past habits, right? For example, when I was at school, I used to wear a uniform. Entonces yo solía usar, ¿cierto? Vestir un uniforme. Used to plus infinitive, esa es la estructura, ¿cierto? Y ese es el uso, past habits. En el caso de be used to, se usa verbo to be más used to plus gerund or noun. Any of those. Like, for example, Maria used to dealing with children. In this case, perdón, María is used to dealing with children. Esto quiere decir de que María es, en este caso, está acostumbrada a tratar con niños, niñas, ¿ya? Fíjense entonces, be conjugated used to plus gerund, right? Abajo hay un ejemplo con noun, por ejemplo, I'm not used to the weather here yet. No estoy acostumbrado al clima, right? Ese es el sentido de I'm not used to the weather. Entonces, verb to be plus used, en este caso está el am, el negative del used to. O sea, negativo toda la oración, básicamente. And the weather, que sería el noun. All right. Don't forget that, porque en la prueba hay un ítem de esto. Entonces se va a confundir, ¿ya? And get used to plus ing, o get used to plus gerund, que básicamente la misma estructura que arriba, ¿cierto? Pero el uso y el sentido distinto. For example, you're becoming accustomed to something. Te estás acostumbrando, no es que estás acostumbrada, sino, o acostumbrado, sino que te estás acostumbrando recién. I'm getting used to eating the food in England, for example. Recién me estoy acostumbrando a comer la comida en Inglaterra porque no estoy acostumbrado. ¿Eh? I'm getting used to the food in England. También puede ser. Me estoy acostumbrando a la comida en Inglaterra, me estoy acostumbrando a comer. Yes. So remember, always get used to plus ing or be used to plus ing, used to plus infinitive. Right? Any questions about it? Not a big deal. Okay. Next content that we could review in this case is past perfect continuous and past perfect simple. Hold on. Where is it? There you go. Right. So past perfect simple, in this case, the structure is had plus past participle, and past continuous is had been plus, in this case, ing. You see that the form is different in this case. The structure is different, and the uses are also a little different. For example, we use past, past perfect in this case, simple, to express a past action already finished when another past action happened, versus describe a past action which started in the past and continued to happen after another action or time in the past. So, for example, I met them after they had divorced each other because something happened, like they had divorced, but after that, I met them, right? After that happened. Versus Sarah had been working here for 2 weeks when she had the accident. In this case, I use past perfect continuous to describe a period of time, right? More specifically, had been working here for 2 weeks. It's more specific, you know, the period of time. And then after, while that was happening, there was an accident, right? So pretty much like the accident interrupted the process of work in this case. So different from past perfect simple. What else? Emphasize the result of an activity in the past versus emphasize the duration of an activity in the past. Like, yeah, action finished, action ongoing action, you know, like describing a process. Richard needed a holiday because he had been working hard for 6 months, you know, like he was like on this situation, and then he needed to interrupt that process because maybe he was like really tired, right? And the other case, you know, past perfect simple, I had been to London twice by the time I got a job in New York, so always finished actions, you know. Being in London, like maybe you went and visited 2 times, yeah, and by the time I got a job, you know, I got a job as a finished action. That's the difference between past perfect simple and past perfect continuous. Show two events in the past that are linked versus show the cause of a past action. Se me está cerrando la garganta. I'm gonna drink a little. Guys, couldn't take my flight because I had forgotten my boarding pass in this case. Two events in the past that are linked. Yeah, it's like a sequence in this case. And show the cause of a past action. I have been traveling all night, so I was tired. Yes, it's pretty much the opposite, you know. In this case, we use because and past perfect simple and past perfect continuous. In this case, we use so, right? So, porque y lo otro es por lo tanto. And it's pretty much the two sides of the same coin. Right. So any questions about past perfect, simple and progressive? No questions whatsoever? All right, next content. Voy al chat. Dale, vamos. Yeah, used to be past perfect. Yeah, possessive and genitive case. Vamos para allá. Where is it? Here. All right. You know, the possessive case in this case is the Anglo-Saxon genitive que le llaman. No existe en español, ni en portugués, ni en italiano. So it's pretty much like as I told you, an Anglo-Saxon thing. And for example, we say the car of the man, and then we switch it or change it into the man's car, right? The owner is on the left. Normally people and living beings, let's say, can own something, right? But it works with family. Para mostrar la relación, digamos, de familia o de amistad, también se usa el genitive case. Veamos entonces los casos, los más emblemáticos. For example, sometimes the noun after apostrophe s is not necessary when the meaning is clear. Like, for example, my car is older than John's. O podríamos decir, my car is older than John's car, pero ¿para qué vamos a repetir car? Si ya sabemos de qué estamos hablando. Entonces, simplemente John's. Now, for example, if you're talking about party, for example, where's the party? You know, they say Paula's. Perdón, Paula, voy a usar tu nombre. Paula's. Entonces sabemos de qué estamos hablando. Talking about party, where's the party? Paula's. ¿Dónde la Paula? Así que nos juntamos. So, in this case, no, we don't need further information. Part of a phrase in this case. So as I told you, normally we use, in this case, genitive to describe possessions. But this is kind of different because we add apostrophe s or only the apostrophe depending on the rules above, pero como parte de una frase, por ejemplo, el president of Chile's speech was too long. Claro, el discurso del presidente. Está bien, pero cuando yo digo I had to give 2 weeks notice, I was leaving, como tuve que, en este caso, dar un aviso de 2 semanas. El aviso de 2 semanas es 2 weeks notice. Y funciona así como today's work, today's class, in an hour's time, last year's race, yesterday's party, pero esta es parte de un contexto. Por eso es parte de una frase, parte de un contexto más grande. Yo no puedo llegar y tirarlo así, digamos, sin un contexto, ¿ya? What else? Singular nouns ending in S. Claro, como Mr. Lewis, the actress, Carlos, Jesus, James. So all of them finish with S. So in that case, the rule says that we should put apostrophe S. But I've seen a lot of people using, just taking off the S. Entonces queda como James Carr. Aquí, por ejemplo, James Carr. Y es como que gente que lo acepta, no importa. Pero la regla dice James's car. James's car. And Mr. Lewis's dog always comes into a property. The actress's role was very difficult, ¿cierto? Y todo eso. So I would say that in this case, in the test hay que aplicar la regla. Claro, puede hablar como quiera en la vida cotidiana, pero en la prueba hay que usar la regla. Esto es lo que más, ¿ya? Plural nouns not ending in S. What está fácil? Children's toys, men's toilet. Del resto como ya cosa que ustedes saben. Friends party. Remember that plural nouns ending in S, they only take an apostrophe. ¿Cierto? Rayos. Necesito más agua. Hold on. Yeah, sorry. Checking out the chat. Dice, so James is not correct. Grammatically speaking, no. But spoken English, basically a lot of people just a lot of people just dicen James Carr porque no es más fácil decir eso y escribirlo así informalmente sin la otra eso. Es como en la economía del lenguaje, siempre el inglés tiende a cortarse, a simplificarse. Pasa en español también. All the living languages. Entonces, claro, gramaticalmente hablando, James es correcto. Right? What else? Y esos son los demás casos, ya los conocen. Okay. Any questions? Any comments? Está leyendo el chat también. Jaime. All right. If there are no questions, yeah, let's move on then. Next content is, si tienen alguna duda sobre algún ítem de la prueba, escríbanme nomás, pues you text me on WhatsApp y yo les contesto. No les voy a dar la respuesta, pero les puedo explicar en qué consiste el ejercicio, o sea, el ítem. ¿Qué más? Entonces, por acá estaba, era possessive, report speech y WH questions. Ya, sí, ese. Vamos para allá. WH questions. You already know about that, como usando what, where, why, todas las question words, how often, how much, how tall, how deep, blah, blah, blah. Plus auxiliary verb, plus subject, plus main verb, etc. But there are some others which are kind of special in this case, because on subject questions and object questions. Subject question in this case as about the subject of a sentence, because we don't have a subject. And we don't change the word order in this case. For example, who is fixing the computer? In this case, I have no subject because I don't know the subject. What happened last week? It's pretty much the same thing, like the situation. I want to know what happened. No puedo decir it, ya, porque no procede en este caso. Y uso un it cuando reemplazo un hecho que ya conozco o un animal. Entonces, Dice, who's fixing the computer? Gina is fixing the computer. Entonces la respuesta, digamos, recién vino a contestar la pregunta sobre el subject. Lo mismo que an accident happened last week, right? Y hay otra que es object question, which is asking about the object. You must change the word order of the question in this case. For example, who did Gina meet? Or what did Frank see? So in this case, you can see the difference. You know? Aquí estoy preguntando, ¿a quién conoció Gina? ¿O qué fue lo que vio Frank? So tengo sujetos, esto Gina and Frank, right? Entonces, pregunto justamente por los objetos, como decía, en el caso. Answer, Gina met Mary. Ahí está, Mary es el objeto. Frank saw an accident es el objeto. Las más comunes que conocemos justamente son las object questions, porque why did you go there, por ejemplo? Ahí te preguntando, claro, ¿por qué fui a tal lugar? Why did you go there? Asking for a reason. So how often do you go to, I don't know, the supermarket? Preguntando por qué tan seguido se hacen las cosas y todo eso. Sigue en este orden de acá. ¿Ya? Pero las subject questions, básicamente, remember, aquí por ejemplo, what happened, tengo que en la pregunta conjugar el verbo pasado. Who will go to the party? Who will go to the party? Tengo que lo conjugo en futuro, ¿cierto? Pero no tengo un sujeto porque no tengo pito idea de cuál es el sujeto. ¿Ya? Entonces, that's it. Any questions about this? You got it? No sé por qué se me cierra la palabra. Ya. Está rico el jote. No, mentira. Okay. Chat. Got it. Very good, Francisca. And the next content in this case should be, hold on. Oh, report speech. Yeah, here we go. Report speech. Here. Okay, report speech. So you know that in English we got direct speech and report speech. So they're different, pretty much different categories within the you know, the linguistic categories or acts, speech acts and everything. So hay categorías, passive voice, active voice, direct speech, report speech, and all that sort of stuff. The aspect, por ejemplo, perfect aspect, que le llaman otra categoría, digamos, para describir los communicative acts. En este caso, ¿cierto? Direct speech is like, you know, one person speaking, or puede ser first person, second, or third person, singular and plural. But report speech, normally, in this case, there are more people involved in the conversation, right? And we got two people who are talking, for example, and describing a third party, right? Como el cucucheo, ¿cierto? Yo, dos personas o tres personas hablando acerca de terceros. So, and eso también se replica en todos los tenses. Present simple, present continuous, past simple, past continuous, present perfect, past perfect, and so on. And also with the modal verbs, como ustedes pueden ver. All right, entonces, acá tenemos Also, tenemos el tema del backshift y el no backshift. Por ejemplo, shift. Dije, I like ice cream. He said that he liked ice cream. Entonces hacemos backshift. ¿Qué quiere decir esto? Que del present simple pasamos o retrocedemos al past simple. The present continuous al past continuous. The past simple al past perfect. Bueno, aquí no está past perfect, pero es como el salto que nos ve. Past continuous pasa a ser past perfect continuous. Present perfect, past perfect. Y past perfect se queda en past perfect porque no hay nada más atrás del past perfect, right? El will pasa a ser would, el would pasa a ser would have, pero no está aquí. Y en este caso, modal verbs en pasado se combinan con el perfect aspect, ¿cierto? Entonces, have plus past participle. Entonces queda, el would pasaría a ser would have, can pasa a ser could have, no, perdón, el can es could. El could pasa a ser could have, el should pasa a ser should have, y el might pasa a ser might have. Right? Entonces, ¿cómo quedaría un report speech en este caso con backshift? De esta frase, I might be late. Acá, digamos, no la explica, digamos, aquí el chart, pero debería decir, con backshift, debería decir, he said he might have been late. Right? He said that he might have been late. Right? Porque estamos describiendo una escena pasada, ¿cierto? En este caso, no es que esté mal, porque aquí el sentido es diferente. He said he might be late. No, en este caso no hay ¿cómo se diría? Un backshift. No hay un backshift, right? Se existe report speech con backshift, no backshift, right? Entonces, I don't know if you got any questions about this. Is it clear? Maybe you got questions. Not at all. All right. Report speech with questions in this case. You got yes, no questions and WH questions, right? O a veces le llaman closed and open. Yeah. Entonces tenemos, you want some more cake? Are you coming to the cinema with me in this case? So report speech in this case is basically you change from the interrogative form to the positive or affirmative form. Okay, that's the first change. Second change is the backshift if necessary, ¿cierto? She asked them if he wanted some more cake. So basically we use reporting verb in this case, que sería asked, que podría ser cualquier otro, básicamente, right? Pero en este caso usamos asked. She asked them. Los sujetos y objetos cambian según quién esté hablando. ¿Ya? Después usamos el if o el whether. Ya, este conditional, ¿cierto? En este caso es el linker, in this case, el connector, to join two clauses o two sentences. Está en este caso, la primera, que es la main clause, que sería she asked him or he asked, en este caso. Y después unimos esa oración con la siguiente, que es la subordinate clause, o la cláusula o oración subordinada a la primera. Yeah, he wanted some more cake. Or she was going to the cinema with him, right? Entonces es importante entender esto de que el cambio es bien dramático desde el question in direct speech al report speech, digamos, como tal. Esto es la yes no question. Acá en WH question, básicamente lo que hacemos es tomar la question word y la transformamos en un connector, o podría ser un relative adverb, se dice. ¿Ya? For example, where did he go on holiday? She asked me where he had gone on holiday. So in this case, again, no usamos if o whether, sino que usamos la misma question word, la ponemos unimos la main clause with the subordinate clause in this case. Y si usamos el backshift, básicamente pasamos del simple past, pasamos al past perfect, que sería had gone on holiday. He had gone on holiday, right? Y acá lo mismo, ¿cierto? How often, se pone en medio. He asked me, they asked him, lo que sea, ¿cierto? Porque como les digo, el sujeto y el objeto cambian según quién está hablando. Y queda I played hockey porque hicimos el backshift del verbo principal que play, lo cambiamos al simple past, right? Is it clear? Is that clear? El silencio otorga, dice. El chat que dice. Está todo ok. Ya, vale, vale. All is good then. All is well. So. ¿Qué nos falta? Report speech. Future continuous. Creo que ya lo habíamos visto, pero igual. Echamos una repasadita. Future continuous y los imperatives. Estamos ya en la hora casi, así que. Future continuous. Denme un segundo. Está. Yo sé que Future Continuous no está en las presentations, así como clearly stated. Aquí está. Ya. Dice Future Continuous Tense. Están la estructura y los usos. Structure basically is subject plus will plus be plus ing, o más conocido en la ELEM como gerund, o también AKA, ¿cierto? Also known as gerund, right? Entonces, sujeto más will, más el verbo to be, más el gerundio o presente participio o gerundio. Claro, ya lo dije. You know what I'm talking about. Entonces, I'll be singing in the concert tomorrow, right? Esto se usa para qué? To describe interacted actions in the future. Like, for example, when you come tomorrow, they will be playing tennis, right? Entonces, imaginándonos el futuro, porque el futuro no existe, lo creamos nosotros. Entonces, when you come tomorrow, they will be playing tennis. At 12 o'clock tomorrow, we will be having lunch at school. Unfortunately, sea levels will still be rising in 20 years. Will you be bringing your friend to the party tonight? He will be coming to visit us next week. When I arrive at the party, everybody will be celebrating, so we'll be dancing. She will be watching TV. Vamos a usar la contraction, por supuesto. She'll be watching TV and he'll be cooking dinner. ¿Ya? Son como distintos usos. ¿Ya? ¿Cuáles son los usos? Well, primero ya lo dijimos, ¿cierto? Interrupted actions in the future, actions in progress at a specific time in the future, que como a tal hora va a estar pasando tal cosa. Te lo aseguro, chicos. Después, refer actions, dice, that are happening now and expected to continue in the future. Está pasando y va a seguir pasando. To ask question politely about the future, who will you be bringing? Really polite, really polite. Will you be bringing your friend to the party tonight? So, to emphasize on future plans and intentions, he'll be coming to visit us, como para énfasis. ¿Ya? No es que uno normalmente habla así. To describe atmosphere in the future. Right, sí, como nada, cuando yo llegue va a estar pasando esto, todo ahí. and to express parallel actions of series of parallel actions. Yes, parallel actions in the future. Es como cuando uno habla usa el while en el pasado, es como my dog was eating while I was watching TV. Con el past continuous, en este caso con el future continuous, ¿cierto? Esto va a estar pasando mientras esto otro va a estar pasando también. Right? Y eso sería con respecto a future continuous. Guys, questions, comments. All good? All right, entonces, como les decía, la prueba ya está en un campus para que la puedan hacer. Hasta el viernes, si alguien necesita más tiempo, me avisan y yo le doy 24 more hours a la prueba. Las notas los promedios van a estar, el ramo va a estar listo el lunes. Sí, lunes, martes, va a estar o todas las notas arriba. Toda la próxima semana es Makeup Week o Receipt, ¿cierto? Para ver todos los casos complicated. El próximo miércoles se sube el Receipt, que es la recuperativa. Solamente la hacen las personas que realmente lo necesiten. Básicamente personas que les falta una nota, ¿cierto? O que puedan tener un 1, por ejemplo. ¿Ya? And that's about it. This is it, como decía el disco de Michael Jackson. This is it. Así que ha sido un placer. La verdad que a mí me gusta hacer clases, disfruto mi pega. No sé ustedes, pero con pandemia y todo hay que darle nomás. Hay que darle cara a la vida. Punto. Eso es todo. Porque mañana no sabe qué va a pasar. Así que hay que pasarlo bien, darle con todo. Eso. Thanks a lot and have a great day. Cualquier cosa, please, me cuentan por WhatsApp. Y nada, porque les vaya súper bien este semestre, que cierren todos los ramos ok, ¿cierto? Que nos vaya bien, como dicen. Y next semester, see you next term. No sé si voy a ser realmente su profesor. Me encantaría, pero no lo sé. Así que eso. Sayonara des. Eh, Vale, Gonzalo. Bye, take care. Thank you. Yeah. No, thank you, guys. Yeah, you've been really nice to me too. Nah, sí, yo también, tío. Bye, bye. Chao, chao. Ojalá nos conozcamos algún día en persona en el campus en el año 2030. Bye.